WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskey. Today I have something from a German independent bottler that is also an online shop called whic.de, Vic as we say. And this is their Amazing Whiskey series. They decided to bottle 30 different bottles in a row as a series, maybe to collect them, and they all have a little bit of this retro comic designs there. The labels have gotten much, much better. The very first labels were terrible, to be honest, and we complained, and the community complained, and looky there, they actually have gotten much, much better. You can actually read them, and they don't look like a poor outprint of a 1990s printer. What we have here is number 8 of a series of 30. I've had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did not buy 9. Why? Because I was too slow. It was a peated whiskey and it was gone within 2 hours. I was doing something else for those 2 hours. I received the email. It was okay, 1 of 20. I'll go do it later. And it was like, oh look, it's there. I'll go buy it. It was gone. And number 10, I looked at it. I was like, well, I missed number 9. Okay, I don't need that either. All right, so what we have is here, it's a journey into the fruit cosmos of Speyside. This is a tasty 53.3% ABV. There's a secret, a mystery 309 bottles. It's unfiltered and uncolored, natural color. And we have here, the series Amazing Whiskies is with 30 bottlings, our 30 times thank you to our amazing customers. Wonderful whiskey for a wonderful whiskey community. Discover the creative designs with a delightful enjoyment of taste, and become part of our community anytime, the community of good taste anytime you'd like. All right, so as I said, Vic, whic.de. They do not send to English-speaking countries as far as I'm aware. So no bottles being sent over to the UK or Australia or America or Canada or any place in the world. I think they just send to Germany and maybe Austria. Ooh, I don't know. All right, so what am I going to compare it to? Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a first fill Pedro Ximenez PX sherry hogshead finish. So I don't know what it was in before. It might have been a bourbon barrel. It might have been an old refill sherry barrel. We don't know. We do know this cask number 900183. And we do know that it was a Pedro Ximenez hogshead here. First fill. 309 bottles, 53.3%. As I mentioned, Whiskybase 182068. And it was distilled on the 8th of June 2011 and bottled on the 17th of November 2020. So what do I have here? I have a Benriach. This is the special, what is it called? Cask edition. The 2021 for Germany. It was also in a Pedro Ximenez cask. Unfortunately, this whiskey was actually bottled at 61.3%. So every time I pull out this bottle, I kind of think, wait a second. They could never have put that into the cask at 63.5%. This went into the cask maybe at 68. Or maybe even 70 or 72%, which is allowed. There is no limit to the barrel entry proof over here in Germany. In Scotland. The only limit there actually is for what you can distill it at, and it is at 94 point something percent ABV, so that the grain whiskey can also be done on the column still. So if you could actually triple, quadruple, or 10 times distill something on a pot still, you could still call it a single malt Scotch whisky if it was made in Scotland, if it was made from 100% barley, and if it's under 94% proof, which you could legally put into a cask at and then fill it up with maybe 80%, which is crazy if you ask me. But hey, that's the way things are over here. All right, so if I take a look at the two, I do think that the Benriach is a little bit darker, maybe just because of the higher proof percentage. Did someone water this down? No, this is cask strength, 53.3%, which after 9 years is a little bit on the lower side, but not unusual. What distillery is it? I don't know, but my nose says Glenrothes. I might be totally wrong, but it has that typical orange, that typical leather, that typical moment. Now, there are many other distilleries in the Speyside that it could be. I'm not sure. This is a guess. This is a badly educated guess. It's a guesstimate, to be honest. So, who knows? Now, why do they call it a secret Speyside? Why don't they just why don't they just put the name of the distillery on the bottle? They did not buy the rights to it. Now, imagine you're a company like something from Billy Walker. All right, let's imagine Glenallachie. You will not actually see very many Ben Riachs on the market because for about the last 10 to 14 years, Ben Riach used to be owned by Billy Walker. And Billy Walker didn't give casks on the secondary market with the name right. And so imagine he did, imagine his new distillery, Glenallachie. There are a lot of independent bottlings of Glenallachie on the market because before he bought it, Pinot Ricard sold a lot of the barrels with the right to put the name on the bottle. But imagine one of these Glenallachies landed on this label. Now this is a whimsical, comical type of cartoonish label, but some brands don't like that. Some brands don't get that. Now, we could even be a little bit more disgusting with this, or not disgusting, but a little bit more provocative by, oh, I don't have my bottle anymore, by having a pinup girl on it. Or maybe something else that could be even a little bit more socially or politically incorrect. And the distillery can do nothing about it because, hey, you bought the barrel with a name, you can't control what the label is afterwards. And so, therefore, many distilleries do not sell their whiskeys, the barrels, with the name rights. So you now name it a Secret Speyside. Or if we had something from Scotch Universe here, it would actually have coordinates and with GPS and with different dates and so on. You could read the code and you could figure out the distillery as well. But okay, that's no problem. You usually get these bottles a little bit cheaper. This bottle costs 70 euros, which I think is a lot of money for a 9-year-old. My feeling is anything over 10 euros per year at the moment is a lot. So this is under 10 euros per year, but still, it's like, it's a 9-year-old whiskey, guys. It's 70 euros. I can get something else for this money, a lot more well-known. Yeah, there might be only one real problem with this whiskey at the moment. It's actually the problem that I have. It's almost too warm for this whiskey. This is a beautiful, beautiful whiskey for the fall, for the winter, for a cloudy day at 40-some degrees when the wind is howling outside and it's raining and the rain just is pushed against the window panes. At the moment where I am in Germany, it's getting to summer. It's 80+ degrees Fahrenheit, and it's almost too warm for this whiskey. Many of you might not know, but it's actually very uncommon for houses in Germany to have air conditioning. And so we have basically, depends on where you live in Germany, but a couple weeks of the year where you might need air conditioning, where it's up above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, over 26 degrees Celsius basically. And yeah, and so we often don't have it. Now, luckily, most of our cars do have air conditioning because they're sold for the European market, and people in Spain and Italy and Portugal and so on need it. And so it's become more of a standard. And some places actually are having more and more air conditioning introduced into their homes. Unfortunately, I don't have that in my apartment. Oh well, that's the way it is. All right, so I like this nose a lot. I get a lot of caramel. I get a lot of orange peel. I get a little bit of toffee. I get a little bit of honey. I get a little bit of wood. I get tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of a raisins. Now, on the tasting notes, it says here that I should be getting mouth-watering bitter chocolate. It should be a juicy raspberry, which I definitely don't get. It could be intensive raisin aromas and a sweet honey, as if I've had a non-sweet honey in my life. All right, very, very good. So, let's try it. Mm. Mm. I once again feel that this is a Glenrothes. I don't know why, but Glenrothes shouldn't have a problem with not putting their name on there. Could be anything else. It could be, I think just, as I said, it's a guesstimate. This is a B-. I still get those honey, I still get those orange notes. It's orange peel, it's candied orange. A little bit of toffee in there, a little bit of a fruity note, more of, for me, a melon, a honeydew melon is what I'm getting. little bit of wood, very, very well balanced. No problems with age, no problems with anything wrong with this. Everything here is right. My only real complaint is my environment, my surroundings. It's a little bit too warm for this winter whiskey. Yeah, it's actually a B minus whiskey. Value for money. Now, this is the problem we have. We have the consumer's point of view, and we have the retailer's point of view. This sold out within like 5 hours. All right. So you put the 309 bottles online. You send out a newsletter. You have, I don't know, maybe 20,000 people in your newsletter, and of those 20,000 people, maybe maybe 500 people want to buy the bottle. You only have 309, so they sell out fairly quickly. And you as a retailer go, oh, wow, I maybe could have got for €5 more because apparently no one had a problem with the price. I could have tried to maximize my margins here. Now, me as a consumer, I go, well, does this really taste like a €70 whiskey? It tastes like a 50 to €60 whiskey. So it's like €10 above what it should have been. Well, I kind of want to be part of the series. I want to have all 30 bottles and so on. I do like a good Speyside. That's been in a Pedro Ximenez first fill bottle finish or barrel finish. All right, good, I'm going to buy it. Now, if it was 80, I would have went, I don't think so. And so you're always trying to find that sweet spot as a retailer to where you're getting the most bang for your buck. And we as a consumer is trying to go, yes, okay, instead of going, no. Now, I looked at the bottle number 10, for example. I looked at the price. I looked at the stats of it. It was something very similar to this. And I just went, nah. And so you can't push it. You actually have to kind of see where you're going with your ebb and with your high tide, your low tide, with the movement of the markets and so on. At the moment, things are crazy, so you can actually ask for prices that are a little bit more higher than they should be. And many, many, many people, maybe 309, or even if everyone bought 2 bottles, 160 people might actually just buy this and enjoy it. Who knows? All right, as a comparison whiskey, real quick, the Benriach. This was the special collection or the special cask, the cask edition here for Germany, for Austria, and for Switzerland. They had a Pedro Ximenez puncheon. And to be very honest, I like the Secret Speyside more. First of all, I forgot to put water in this. This is 61.3%. And yet I still like the Secret Speyside more. It's more of a honey. It's more of an orange peel. It's more of a fruity moment. This is a little bit drier. This is a little bit more woody. This is a little bit more of a tart moment here. Is it bad? No, it's okay. For the price, yeah, I don't know. It's not really great. But this is actually a very, at least it's my wheelhouse. It's really what I like. It's what I'm going for, and that's what I like. All right, thank you very much for watching. WhiskyJason here with whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. If you are in Germany, I have a sample list that I could send you. Contact me at WhiskyJason, one word, @gmail.com. I can send it to you. If you would like to have coins, these I can send all over the world. We now have coins in the UK, in New York, in Virginia, in Texas, all over Germany. You can have those coins as well. €5, whatever that means in your currency, is what I sell these for. You support the channel with it, and you can show your WhiskyJason pride. Thank you very much. Share this video, if you're so kind, on some type of social media platform, and invite other people to come along on this journey, learning more about rare and exotic whiskeys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.